Guys, welcome to the show.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Can you guys hear us? Let me do a sound check. 1 second. Sound check. Sound mic check. 1 2 1 2 1 3 1 3. Hold on, y'all. No. Oh, my hair look a mess. Okay, so I had changed the sound. Hey, y'all.
Hi.
Welcome to
Hello.
the show.
Welcome.
So what happened was I took the our intro video out of the broadcast. So when I got ready to play it, it didn't play. But 1 2 3. Let me tell you about my best
My
friend.
best
Let me
friend.
say the tickets in and no matter what I'm going through, that's how I do. That's
That's
what
what
best
best
friends
friends
do.
do.
Let me tell you about my best friend. Going
Going
down,
down.
and
That's
then
right.
she
Say
for
all the
me.
parts.
She was there for me. And there's no
No
one
one
better
better
than
than my
my
best friend.
best friend. Besties
Besties
tell
tell
all.
all.
All right, so there you go. All right, guys. My name is Sharice Nicole,
I am Coco
and
Chantel.
you are watching
Besties tell all.
Besties Tell All. Welcome to the show. If you are tuning in, do us a favor. Go ahead and like,
Share.
subscribe,
Drop some fire in the chat.
and turn on the
Comment.
notifications, friend.
Listen, I've been off 2 weeks. I've been off
Turn
two
some notifications.
weeks.
Turn your notifications on. Share. Listen, if you're watching this, please share this.
Yes, please.
This episode is going to be so dope. Right now, we have joining us none other than, name on the screen, drum roll, Sateria Spice, relationship coach and lifestyle content creator. Tell the people what's up.
Hi guys.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
As the show go on, it is our hopes that it will be a little bit more entertainment here. Let me fix my hair. Why ain't nobody tell me my hair?
Listen, it was a lot happening before we went live, okay? So y'all
Okay.
just bear with us. Okay?
So God
That's
is
what
good.
He is.
That's why we was
He is.
delayed.
That's how he was delayed.
We was delayed. But so God be the glory. All right. So welcome our guests. I'm going to give y'all a round of applause. Yay!
Indeed.
All right. Then we're going to jump right into it. So we've switched up the format. And I think you guys are going to love it. We're going to dive right into the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the topic, we're going to go to the question of the day, how you can catch us outside, and then BTA faves. Then we're going to end the show, okay? Because some of y'all just want us to get straight to the nitty
Straight to the point.
gritty. But before we do that, we got to loosen up.
We do.
So, Chantel, how was your week?
My week was good. So last weekend, I went to a spiritual retreat. So I came back, refreshed and thinking and praying. And so my week has kind of been filled with that. Disconnected from social media, so a lot more time on my hands, right? But it was a good week. Work was good. I usually say work was work, but work was good. We were actually expecting a visit from the hospital president, but we had Aka come. So
Do people know what ACA is?
He was
She uses acronyms like I don't know what ACA. I don't know ACA. What's ACA?
So they do like inspections and things at the hospital. That's
Okay.
we'll do like a
They was make sure I was in compliance. My God.
like audits and things of that nature. So he didn't come, so we're rescheduling him. But we were really excited about having him. So my week was good. My week was good. What else did I do this week? I think that was it. How was
That's
your
it.
week?
We're going to ask her. We're going to ask the guest. T, how was your week?
I had a fantastic week.
Mm-hmm.
I had a fantastic weekend as well. We
Mhm.
celebrated my belated birthday on yesterday.
Shout out for them girls over 40.
Oh yeah.
She don't even look at you. Y'all look at y'all. Y'all like 40 well.
Yeah,
I
she
know.
look good.
Child, we don't crack.
We don't.
Go
At
ahead.
all.
We don't. We don't.
That's
So
it.
that's it, yes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right.
Well, I guess I'll talk about my little week. Let me tell you. So I had a good week. God is so faithful, right? And y'all know, for those of you that follow Sharice Nicole, y'all already know how I am and what I'm doing right now, especially when it comes to this Bible. So I've been really excited about that. I've been telling Chantel all my stories, all my revelations.
All her revelations.
Okay. And well, she's really the only person. But when I get deep in there, then I want to call and preach. I need an audience. And she just sit and listen to me preach it. She'll say, that's good. That's good. So I've been very excited about that, my growth in the Lord, growth in the Bible. And I just, the Lord told me that the word of God is going to make me a millionaire. So I'm excited about that. So if y'all watching, stay tuned. Like, I already feel it. I'm so amped about it. And so y'all keep me encouraged through the process.
Indeed.
Because I'm putting it out there so y'all know how the enemy does, right? So y'all keep me encouraged through the process. My week was extremely good as well because my daughter was in a car accident on Friday and the Lord spared her life. Now, I want to give y'all a little story about daughters and fathers. So when I dropped Madison, well, no. When Madison was on her way to school with Von Seal, her daughter. So y'all already know who Von Seal is. If y'all follow me, Chantel, then y'all already know who she is. And they were rear-ended by a police detective. Pause. I'm working on that. I know what you're thinking. I'm already working on it. Okay? I'm already working on it. And when I got to the scene, she was just in her phone on TikTok. But she was saying she had a headache and her back was hurting her a little bit. I said, okay. I did what I did, took pictures and everything. And then when her daddy got there,
give it all you got.
Shit fell out. Oh, God. Oh, it was a lot. It was so drama filled. And I was like, here is the thought. I'm glad she was able to do that in a safe place. And my mind was like, man, I wonder what that would have felt, what that would feel like. Because my dad has not been in my life, right? So I had a moment, it was like a bittersweet moment. Like I had a moment of self-reflection, like, man, look at them. Look at the two of them. Like I love their relationship. And then so I sit back and I'm saying, God, you're giving her what I didn't give an opportunity to have. And I'm so grateful, y'all. I'm so grateful for that. And I just know she's going to be an awesome young girl. So seeing that, God taking the blinders off, and then really being in my word. Y'all done messed up when y'all let your girl get this Bible. Y'all done messed up when you let your girl get this Bible now. In this chronological order Bible. Y'all done messed up. Man, y'all done messed up. Y'all shouldn't have let me get up in there. Because it's not going to come to y'all easy.
Amen.
That was my week. Nevertheless, the topics are up for those of y'all that's still watching. All right, we're going to dive straight into it. 50-50 relationships. We do have a video we want to show you all that was surfacing on Instagram. This is not our content. We do not own the right to this content. It is Mr. Yada Awakening. He is a YouTuber. I think he's vegan as well because I did some research on him, but he's doing some amazing things. Him and his wife just started a YouTube channel.
Nice.
So, and this was one of the first videos he released on his YouTube channel. And it went viral. So, sir, shout out to what you're doing. We believe in what you're doing. And so now that we've acknowledged him, we want to jump right into it.
If you hurt her, you fix her. A woman's our responsibility.
Well, what if I didn't hurt her? She comes in it.
She's your woman, though, bro. She's a reflection of you. We don't rise no higher than our women.
Let me ask you a question. You get in a relationship with a woman.
Praise
Don't you start off good. You start off doing what you're supposed to do, right?
Praise.
And then as soon as you make one step the wrong way, oh, you ain't this. You a nigga. You ain't all this.
Man, no woman in their right mind will just start complaining after one mistake.
No,
it doesn't.
It happens.
If you're messing with a woman that complains after one time, she's not for you. But majority of women don't complain after the first time, brother. It's the 5th time. It's not even the 5th time. It's the 100th time. And then we looking at the women like, why are you acting like this? Because she can't trust you. She can't trust you to lead. Y'all financially broke. The children are misbehaving, so you're not pouring into your children. She's depressed. You're not pouring into her. And then majority of you weak, cowardly men have the audacity not just to hurt her mentally and let her down financially. Y'all have the nerve to cheat. So this is why this woman is bitter. This is why this woman is hurt. Man, she's sad, man. She needs healing, and only we should bring the healing to her. But guess what we want to do? We want to get our passports and run to different countries and make videos about, hey, it's easier in other countries. Why? Because you paying $100 to have sex? Y'all men are buying prostitutes because y'all too weak to deal with the women that you've broken and hurt in your own country.
But again,
All right, guys, we are back, and they left me. Y'all hear Chantel run through the house because her mic on. You ain't got it on? Nope, I know better. They left me, okay? But now that you guys have seen this video about this man having his opinion about men and women going 50-50. And his thought process of what the man should be doing to secure his home and to minimize the stress that his wife has to endure. And for those of you that haven't watched the full clip, that's a snippet of it, right?
Yes.
So make sure you go out to YouTube and watch the full clip. It's like 15 minutes, maybe a little longer.
It's like 12.
Like 12 something minutes. And watch the full clip because that clip is going to put it in complete context, right? Ladies, do you think a relationship should be 50-50 when we're talking about money, bills? 50-50.
So I'm going to say two things, okay? Because I would try to cover myself. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? If that is your desire, it's not my desire. So no, I don't want it. I'm not interested.
Well, 50-50 for me is a big deal, and I believe that no woman will ever pay 50-50, in my opinion.
Okay.
They'll never fully pay 50-50. What I mean by that, it's not just financially, but physically as well. Because even in a marriage or relationship or whatever it is that you guys have, the woman is always doing more than the man. If you have a man and it's not a 50-50 relationship, the woman is still going to do more because she's going to have to take care of the children. She's going to have to provide for the home. The only thing the man is really going to do is pay the bills. If he believes in being the breadwinner, he's still not doing enough. So to me, there's no such thing as an actual 50-50 relationship.
So let's define 50-50. 50-50, this is a Sharice definition. And everybody can give their definition. 50-50 is there is equal amount of effort, reciprocity, and equal share of financial responsibility in a household.
Financially? Just financially.
That's where I was going.
Oh, okay.
In a financial sense, I can talk about me. I have not ever been in a relationship where it was not 50-50. When I was married, it was 50-50. My ex-husband had a problem with certain things and how finances were. And at one point, I made more than my ex-husband through bonuses. And so at one point, it was 50-50. And then at another point, all the money went into one account. And I don't know if it was 50-50 or not, because everything went into one bucket.
But how old were you?
Oh, yeah, that was. As the relationship got better, as we got older, all the money went into one account. And we paid bills. He got his allowance. We paid our tithe. We paid bills. He got his allowance. I got my allowance. And then we had money in savings, and that was how it went. And I have not shared finances with a man since my ex-husband. So in terms of 50-50 financially, here is what I would say. I do not have a desire to be 50-50 nothing.
I don't have a desire
when it comes to money.
Amen.
Okay?
Not my desire.
However, if there is a man in my life and we sit down, we have a goal, we have a plan. He has a goal, he has a plan. And he say, hey babe, in the next 2 years, things gonna be tight. We're gonna have to buckle down. There will be some things you would need to take care of. Because I know he is in a process. We are in the process of building legacy. Honey, I'm going to hold him down. But you got 2 years. You got 24 months to do what you said you are going to do. That was the agreement. That was the contract.
Mm-hmm. The contract.
You understand?
What?
So I do believe that that is what it is. Now, do you believe that she said that she does not believe 50-50 exists? Do you believe that 50-50 exists financially? You may not want it for yourself, but
I think it's a loaded question. Okay?
I agree.
It's a loaded question.
Okay.
Because 50%. Oh. 50, that's okay. 50% from him, 50% from her. So let's talk numbers. Okay. We'll say, well, no, I'm not gonna tell you what I make.
Just throw a number out there.
Yeah.
I'm a millionaire.
Speaking of
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what I make, but yeah. So say I make $150,000 a year. And my spouse makes $75,000 a year.
That's good. You're preaching now.
Okay. And we sit down, same scenario that Sharice provides, and says, hey, I have this dream. I have this goal in mind, and I'm going to need some assistance. So for now, I need us to do 50-50. Mm-hmm. I make $150,000. So if the mortgage is $4,000, cool. I give you $2,000. I'm good. But you give the same. He has to get the same $2,000 out of that $75,000
He ain't got enough
salary,
money.
And that's before taxes. $75,000. So remember, you got taxes, benefits, all kinds of stuff that come out of there, accidental insurance, and all kind of benefits and other things that come out of your check before you even see it, right? And depending on what state you're living in, it's state tax, federal tax.
Oh, you get to the nitty gritty of other things.
You see what I'm talking about? So we're talking about $75,000 before everybody touched something.
Amen.
Right? Not after. So when we're talking 50-50 in numbers of that, and even if it's vice versa, he makes $150,000, I make $75,000. When we're talking about 50-50 as it relates to numbers, right? If you are not making a substantial amount of income at that time, it is not 50-50. If we don't make the same amount of money, it is not 50-50.
And here is the thing too, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't mind, again. Here's the thing. We can't live above our means. Mm-hmm. That's number one. We can't live above our means to where 50-50 is required in order for the household to tick.
Yes.
Okay. The wiser thing to do is to live off of one person's income, primarily the person that make the least amount of money. Okay. So whoever's making the least amount of money, that's the income you should live off of. Okay, that's why you got to choose wisely. If you choose somebody to make $18,000, you have to choose wisely. Now, I'm not knocking anybody that does, because there was a time in my life where I did, honey. $18,000 was a lot of money. Don't play with it at that time. Okay, I was making $21.5 at Florida Blue, baby. That was bank. Okay, $10.21 an hour. I was making good money. All right. So I'm not knocking anybody. What I am saying is that you have to do what's best for you. Bottom line.
Please.
In your relationship, if I know he is trying to get us to the next level and there's a sacrifice, I'm holding the house down, baby. I'm gonna pay. The first bill I'm gonna volunteer to pay is the mortgage, cause I gotta have somewhere to go live. So I'm gonna take care of that. The two bills I know I'm gonna say I got is the mortgage and them lights. Everything else, it's on you. If you want to take the cars and sell it, I don't mind. We could ride in a little hoop this till we do whatever we got to do. But that mortgage and them lights, I'm gonna say, hey, the next 2 years I got that. I don't need you trying to worry about none of that for the next 2 years. Cause I want somewhere to sleep and I want some heat when it's cold. You understand? Yeah. I need heat when you out there doing what you need to do to have us come up. I need some heat in the room because you're not gonna be there all the time. You understand? So that's my mindset about it. And I think that a lot of women now, some women won't even do that. The expectation is you need to have all that sorted out when we meet. What's your thought?
Oh, I'm 38. So at 38, it needs to be sorted out. Okay. You need to come either already established in some form. So you've been working somewhere or you have some type of business. Now I do know that God provides dreams and other things that he gives us to do in the earth. So we have to do that.
But you need to work.
Make room to do that. But you need to work until that gift is able to sustain you financially. So you can come still working on things, but there needs to be a base.
Yeah, you need to have let me say this. A man can't get to the next level in his life. This is just me. You could disagree, you could fight me, you could argue, you make it viral. I don't care. A man cannot get to the next level in his life without the right woman by his side.
I agree.
Women help take a man to the next level. That man, I don't care if this man make $30 million. When he get his woman, he gonna make $300 million. Mm-hmm. A good one. Because that is what we do. When she has your back, when she is grounded, when she can help keep you grounded, when she gives you sound advice, biblical principles. You may not agree, but biblical principles that will help him sustain, keep his mind, keep him focused. That man is going to, everything he has is going to multiply. And so you're going to reap the benefits. So I do believe that you do need to have a base. Now, if I'm going to pay the mortgage and the lights, you can't quit your, wait a minute now. You got to work. Now you got to.
Oh, honey.
You got to work.
I got PTSD.
You have to work.
You got to work.
You got to work. Okay. You got to be. You can't abandon that. Abandon working because you want to be a rapper and you better do all that. Listen to me. You better go rap and you better go rap over here too. All right, and make some money.
Work, please.
Your thoughts?
You have to.
I feel the same way. I feel like a man should work, but I also feel like he shouldn't just have a job. He needs to have a career, or he needs to be somewhere in entrepreneurship or something. Because if he just has a job, that really wouldn't be enough for me per se. Mm-hmm. Because him having a job, I don't think that's his dream. So him working somewhere and having a job and it's not his dream, and then I come along or anyone else comes along, he's not going to be able to be his best self. So therefore, even if he says, hey, let's do 50-50, you're not able to give me the emotional part of you because you're too busy looking forward to your future. You need to have that. Yes, ma'am.
He's a physician. He still need to be an entrepreneur?
No, he doesn't have to be. I said he needs to have a career or be an entrepreneur.
Some physicians, it's just a job. Don't get the title. He's a physician with a job, not an entrepreneur. And he still grows $495,000 a year, but he don't like what he do.
And if he doesn't like what he does, he's not going to be good for you. Because he needs to be satisfied wherever he is. If he owns the gas station at BP, or he is a physician, that needs to be his dream before he steps to me. That needs to be something that he wanted to do as a child or in his adolescent years or whatever it is. But he cannot come to me working somewhere because I'm already working somewhere. I'm not in my career. So he can't just be working somewhere. Because if he's working somewhere and I'm working somewhere, we're not going to be happy in the home because we're too busy trying to find out how we can be happy. because we're not content in where we are. Now, if we're building together, that's something different. But if if he's already not established in his mind and at least happy with what he's doing and being where he's supposed to be, it's going to trickle down on the home, and it's going to affect the home, because he can't feel like a man, because he's always going to feel like there's a part of him that's missing. Although he's giving his family time and attention, there's always going to be a piece of him that he is working on and he is missing, because he has not yet got to that place. And there's so many men that I know on a personal level that are like this, and the first thing they say is, I wish I could have met this lady at a better time, or I wish we wouldn't have had all these kids. There is always regrets, no matter how they work it out. In the back of a man's mind, if he doesn't already have that foundation, he's not really happy.
So then, are you saying that are you saying that the man chose based on where he was and not where he was going?
Some
Amen.
do.
Yes.
Some
Some
do.
not all, but most.
Some do.
I'd say majority.
Some do.
Yeah.
So, man, we got Coach Theo on here. Coach Theo.
Coach!
His coach, Theo Brown, Tyra Sumara. Tyra Shira. Shimmer. Coach, what you think? Put it in the chat, because we could put your comments in there. Coach on here, because
Sure.
here is what I'm thinking. Are we being unfair to these men, because there are a lot of women that require this, but you don't be quiet?
You got to shush, because that was going to be my next point. I thought you was going to let him talk, and then you was going to say something about Coach, so I could go into my part about women, because this is not a male bashing session. Okay,
because,
so I wanted to offer some support to the males as well. So
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, great. So I was watching Willie Moore Jr. podcast, and Mr. Brown was on there.
Mr. Brown said. Mr. Brown said, write that list.
Mr. Brown. Okay, and so David Mann was on there, and he said he went to the Woman Thou Art Loose, or some kind of conference with I think it was Sarah Jakes Roberts, right?
Yep.
And he sat on stage and he said, "Women, I'm gonna tell you how to find your
Bishop,
dream
Anthony,
man. I'm gonna tell you how to find your dream man." He said, and the ladies went, "Wow." Okay. And so he said, "Write your list. Write your list. Write your list. Write everything you want on that list, and then you become the list."
Yep. That's what you do.
Now listen to me. Some would argue, I'm going to take it to the Bible. You know, I'm devil's advocate here. I'm not the devil's advocate. I'm the Jesus. Hey, I'm Jesus advocate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. So listen to me. In the Bible, you got Ruth. Ruth had nothing.
At all.
Some say material-wise. But there was something that Ruth had that benefited the king. Okay? Whether it be, some will argue that it was never about what she had, what she didn't have, her being a lady. It was more so God fulfilling prophecy through her, so that that prophecy could make way for the Lord Jesus, for Jesus Christ. For those of you that don't read your Bible, you need to be able to read to understand why that was significant, okay? It's not, I'm just saying. But for those of you that will argue that, what are your thoughts about that? Because they say Ruth didn't have anything. She was just in the field, and her Boaz found her.
There will always be an anomaly.
Amen.
There will always be an anomaly.
Always.
Always. And the people say always is a strong word, but there will always be an anomaly.
In this situation, always is 1,000%
an anomaly.
Yeah. 1,000% effect.
Always. So
Yeah.
there are going to be some women who never created a list, and God will give her what she didn't even know she wanted and what she needed beyond her imagination.
I don't have a list.
I have a list.
I don't have my list. Everything on my list is character.
Let me tell you something. I had the longest. I think I told Sharice about. I was cleaning my home, and I found. found a list. Okay, so let me tell y'all something. It was so ridiculous. The list was so ridiculous, and it was so long. I'm talking about this full page of, you know, things that I was saying that I wanted, that I needed, things that I was saying that I wanted. Nothing about his character, nothing about, you know, him loving God, not just being a Christian, but him loving God, because those are two different things, right? So I was like, oh, I want this, and I want him to have this, and he got to be 6 foot, he got to be dark skinned, and he got to have muscles, and he got to do this, and he got to work here, and he got to do that, he got to love his mom, he got to love his dad, all of those things. And I literally went through and started to scratch off the things. I was like, this doesn't matter, this is not important, this is not. And by the time I finished, I had to trash the list. I had to throw it away.
Put it in the garbage, baby.
I had to throw it away.
Put it in the garbage, baby.
Because at the time, I think I was like 30, I might have been 36, 37. But I am a different woman. I'm a different woman.
That's why lists don't matter. Because
I'm
as you
ever-changing.
mature,
Yes,
that is
I'm
correct.
ever-changing.
Your
I'm
list,
ever-evolving.
what you have to have are core values. You got to have core values, because your core values, once you have identified who you are, let me be clear. Once you have identified who you are, 1, whose you are, 2, and number 3, your purpose.
Yeah.
Your core values are then established, and they typically do not change. If you do not have these 3 things, you don't know who you are, your purpose, or whose you are, you cannot say you have a list that is valid, because you have a list created for where you are. When you understand your purpose, you know where you're going. So your list is a prophetic list.
Ooh,
it is not one for the present.
Thank you, Lord.
So my list my list has nothing to do, I don't even have, right now it's character. That's the first thing. Everything else, the Lord gonna make a way. God knows what I need. I'm depending on God to make sure that he is building this man to know exactly what I need. But God, these character things, that is important. And God, the only way I'm gonna know that is through discernment. Get your discernment up.
Okay.
I like it.
Can I say something?
Oh,
Sure.
that's sure.
Okay, so I do have a list, and I'm going to keep my list. And my list is, I like what she said about it being prophetic. My list is not full of material things. It is definitely about character, but the breakdown of it. Because we can say what we want, but what I've learned in just life in general, dating people, I can ask God for something and get the very thing and not want it. So by me making that list, I see exactly what it is that I want, because it's where I am, and where I am is actually my future self as well, because I'm becoming my best version of myself. So with that being said, my list is the best version of myself. I'm actually not even there where my list is, but I want to reflect everything that I am now, so that when I get my husband, that list will be a reflection of the both of us.
So let's take it from you personal.
Okay.
You're talking to the audience.
Okay.
Okay.
Because
Now you're talking, because you're saying more personal. My. For someone that's watching,
okay,
how is what you're saying helping them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, write it down, so that if you're having struggles and believe it, some people can just say whatever and do whatever, but then you have others that have to actually write it down, so it can become more realistic and believable to them. And I myself, I'm that person. If you're that person, write the list, because once you write the list and you get different people to come and say like, that's not what's on my list, because men have a list in their head. They do. They have what they want in their head, and if you don't meet it, if you don't meet the criteria, out the game you may go. Out the game you may go. So with that being said, ladies, write your list. If you don't physically feel like picking up a piece of paper and writing it, just have it in your head, because it allows you to create that standard. When someone has a building and they have a certain structure and they're looking for candidates or people in general to help them, they don't just say, "Oh, I know what I want. Come here." They have something
a job
written
posting,
down.
baby.
Yeah. They have
a job posting with
itinerary.
qualifications.
They have the qualifications.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
We can
And
do
they
the
have
same
preferred
thing. Yes.
qualifications and preferred.
And they will not
Require.
hire you if you don't meet the what, ladies?
The qualifications.
The qualifications, which entails the what? The list.
That's good. What coach said?
We know what we use, and we know what we need. That's right. That's right, Coach Steele.
Amen.
That's right. We know what we know. We know what we are used to, and we know what we need.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
And Toya made a great point. A man's list is very basic. And it is. I like that you said that, because I think we get wrapped up. Men are visual, but are they? Because there are some men that are married to women by women's standard. That woman, she should not be with that man based on how she look.
Correct.
But that woman could probably pray
that woman is the
something.
best thing for that man. He is his best self with her. So we get the idea men are visual. Yes, they are. But is a man vision then formed after he see her, is then formed based on her heart? It goes beyond what he physically see, and goes beyond what his spirit see.
Yeah, eventually. I agree.
And I also believe that at some point in a man's life, it don't matter about what he see either, because some of these men, she looked like she looked when he met her.
True.
But there was something in her that he needed. He knew that was good for him. We could play the scenarios out many ways, because there are some men that been with women for a long time and that he just married her because he been with her for a long time. Or there are men that, just wanted to be married, and because the timing was now for them to be married, whatever woman was in their life at that time was a woman they chose to get down on the knee and marry. Many different scenarios we could play out here.
Of course.
But y'all been hanging in there with us, honey. She looked like what she looked like. That's right, Troy. I said what she say. She looked like what she looked like when you met her. All right. Well, listen, we done played that scenario through.
And if you watch this later and you want to add something, please, we'll jump back in and make sure we, let you know what we think about your comment as well. We do not mind. So please do.
50-50 relationships, y'all. But to her point, I totally agree with what she said. Relationships can never be, repeat that so they can understand when you say relationships can never be 50-50. We'll close it out with that.
Okay, well, what I mean by relationships can never be 50-50, because the woman is always going to do more, unless the man is a stay-at-home dad, guys, because we have those too. But we specifically talking about women and men, and women being in the home and having to split the bills with the husband. It can never be 50-50, once again, because the woman is always going to have more responsibility. And I'm going to go back to the Bible because I'm one of them too. So when Adam was made, God gave him a job, name the animals and all the other stuff y'all know in Genesis right now. He did not make Eve until that was complete. So here's the thing. If he has a wife and all he had to do was name the animals and the different things that God told him to do, he made the wife. He said, now be fruitful and multiply. When we talk about multiplication, we already know it could never be 50-50 in multiplication, because it's going to be a never-ending process or a never-ending thing in that relationship, because the woman is always going to be multiplying and doing more, having more children, accumulating more finances because there are more children. So she's automatically going to be doing more in the home than the man himself. Now, you do have men that outserve the women and they outserve each other, but that's not what I'm saying, because that can be an argument with some. What I'm basically going to state and get to the point is the woman is going to always end up doing more, but I believe even emotionally. She's going to always do more emotionally, because of what I've noticed. I've been married once and I've been in quite a few relationships, and what I know from what I've experienced is being in a relationship, I've never had to do actually 50-50, maybe had to pay like the food or the miscellaneous bills, but it was never, hey, let's roommate, that's what I call it, don't get offended, but hey, let's split it 50-50. You might as well live with your homegirl or your homeboy if you're just going to do 50-50. That's my opinion, but I don't want to get off the subject. The more of the story is, when that man comes into that house, that man is tired. All that man want to do is, y'all know what that man want to do, and let's just keep it at that. And once that man he want a hot meal, he want this. That man works. If you 50-50, you work too. Can he get you a hot meal? Because now he work, kicking his shoes off, and you're cooking food, making sure the kids are eating. You're making sure dinner is ready. You're making sure that you're probably making his favorite meal. So that means you went to the store and got everything he wanted. Did he ask you what you wanted? Was he emotionally involved when he got off work? No. The woman is always constantly thinking about what is it that man needs, or what is it that he wants, or what can I do to kind of lighten his day. A man is not coming home trying to some men most men, and I'm speaking from my perspective, most men are not coming home asking their wife, babe, you want me to run your bath water? It's the woman. Babe, I got the kids ready. If you want me to run your bath water, I'll run your water. I went to the store. I got the okra. I got the tomatoes. I got the sausages. I got this. I got your favorite tomatoes. I got your favorite cornbread, you know. And if you're country, I got your lemonade, whatever. And I made it freshly squeezed. If a man does it, he's not thinking about freshly squeezed. So women are always, I believe that women are always emotionally more involved than men. Because we're creators, we're thinkers, we're always thinking of a way to make the home.
We're nurturers.
Yes, we're nurturers. We're thinking of the way to make the home in its entirety happy. And if the man is only paying bills, and we're paying bills with this man, we have other responsibilities as well. We have to make sure, yes, he's keeping a roof over our head, but we're keeping him mentally stable. It's a lot to it, y'all, but I'm telling you, it's a lot. A woman is needed, like she said, in a relationship to help that man catapult his growth and grow in his journey. Because without a woman, a man will only probably be at his house in the bachelor pad paying bills or doing whatever it is he needs to do as far as business. But that emotional support, we can never ever take that multiplying, that what God says about the woman being fruitful and multiplying. It's not just talking about kids. That's talking about the home in its entirety, making food a meal, making him a man to be a king. It's all type of things. So I'm just telling you, fellas, when you look at that lady, look at her as a multiplication and not a liability. Look at her as a multiplication and not a liability.
Well, we'll take it a step further. She's not God does not add anything. 1 + 1 with God is not 2. Okay, it don't work like that. The Bible says 1 can flee 1,000 and 2 can flee what?
10.
That's multiplication. I just want to throw that out there. So just be mindful of that. I mean, very good context. So for those of you watching, Coach has said, this is what it is in terms of 50-50 relationships. Okay, so something for you all to consider. Yes, all right, please. Moving on to the next topic at hand. We're talking about emotional intelligence, and here we go, guys. Again, this is not our content. This is content that is surfacing on social media. It did go viral with conversations. A lady named Kitty Rose is a part of Ace Metaphors conversations, I think is what it's called. But they are on tour. And someone asked her about emotional intelligence and a man. And here's what she had to say.
Do you ladies feel like women are seriously ready for emotionally intelligent men?
Kitty, what do you think? Okay, let's talk about what emotional intelligence comes with before we even get into this conversation, okay? We're talking about you wanting a man who is tolerant, who regulates his emotions, who also knows how to manage your emotions. But you're also talking about a man who knows how to navigate his sensitivities and everything else when it comes to that. But you have to consider that an emotionally intelligent man is good at cutting people off when he sees that your sensitivities bring too much reactivity. When he sees that you cannot regulate your emotions. When he sees that you have a low tolerance. This type of man that you are asking for is a man who will walk you out the door in a heartbeat. If he feels like you are disrupting his peace. If he feels like there's any level of disrespect, because there's a lot that comes with emotional intelligence. So if you asking for that, you got to come with the same level of emotional intelligence as well. Okay? That comes with a number of factors. So if you are a woman who knows that even though you may be sensitive to certain things like criticism, rejection, because you're not always going to be accepted. Sometimes he's going to bounce back. And sometimes he's going to say, I don't agree with your opinion. Sometimes he's going to say, I don't like those thoughts. Sometimes he's going to say, I don't like the way you speak to me. If you're not ready for that, don't be asking for an intelligent man.
All right, y'all. So, I mean, what y'all think? Put it in the comments. Y'all still, thank you, Toy. It's tonight's conversation. Lord, I didn't say it tomorrow's. Today, tonight's conversation. They are on tour.
They
so
are
you
on
can
tour.
Go out there and Google them. Not Google them, but put them in
Eventbrite,
not Eventbrite, Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster.
And you can find out where their next shows are. So shout out to Ace Metaphor, his podcast. They got my boy on there from Cruise Season, the light skinned one who I say looked like Tyler Perry that would have had, and he always
I did see that. I did see a little
He's now a part of the team for tonight's conversation.
But a little thing. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so shout out to him doing big things, man. You know, they started some years ago, like pre-COVID, and like he kind of like took off. So it's good to see people's podcasts and things that they share that's being impactful. So shout out. So emotional intelligent men, ladies, would you say that you are emotionally intelligent to handle the type of man that she described as an emotional intelligent man?
Well, I didn't ask the Lord for an emotional intelligent man.
Oh, okay.
So let me just talk. For me. Okay. So yes, I would love him to be able to manage. Well, I don't even want to use the word manage. To be someone that is intentional about his emotions, right? And so with that, of course, we all need some work. But a man that is already emotional intelligent, I would get on his nerves. Right, and as I'm ever evolving, I'm ever changing. As I'm ever growing, right, that won't be the case. But right now, while I'm in this in between stage, I'm a tap dance on the nerves.
He gonna put you out, like she say. He gonna escort you out yourself,
and I'm a crown out the door.
I kind of want to piggyback off of what Chantel said, because I'm the same way. I feel like I would get on his nerves. At first, y'all know that list we talked about earlier, that's on my list. And I want an emotionally intelligent man. Sometimes we ask for things, but we don't really know what it actually entails. And when Kitty Rose said what she said, I promise y'all, I was like, you know what, God, I don't know.
That's what she said. She said she's going to take it off.
Because I know I'm a crybaby, and I don't want to get on that man's nerves. So I don't know. I'm too sensitive about things. I can be a tough lion, but then I can be sensitive also. And the sensitive side, I don't want him to.
Your sensitive side is definitely more prevalent than your tough side.
Yeah, he gonna kick me out, y'all.
But I think that's most women though.
I have to pack my bags and
Yeah, you pack your bag. I'm gonna ask you a question. Do you think I do well with an emotional intelligent man?
I do.
Yes and no.
Oh.
Yes and no.
Tell me the no.
Yeah, please. I'm curious.
I want to know too.
Yes and no, because you would not. I won't say appreciate, because you would appreciate it later. You would not like in the moment his ability to, like, that's that. Cut that out. Get that out of here.
That girl know me. That girl know me. I'm gonna tell you, I want an emotional intelligent man because I know I like they just said, I do well with that. I like that kind of stuff. But in the moment, when Coach Theo be here, you want to argue. You like to argue. Okay? And after he done said what he said, then I'd be like, all right. But you like to argue. But I learned, I'm going to tell you why I appreciate that. And I think that happened in my home. My mom was like, tough love, tough love, tough love, tough love. And the people that God put in my life were, I have a friend who is extremely emotional intelligent to the point I'd be like, oh God, I got to elevate. And that is my friend Jackie. Jackie is,
she's great.
She is great at it, but she worked so hard at being she knows when it's time to let the emotions run free. She knows when it's time to say, okay, I'm about to have an emotional response because I'm triggered. So let me pull back and let me think about the situation at hand. She has taught me so much. So having a man in my life that's able to do that, honey, that's like a stimulation for me. He is able to say, hey, you about to make an emotional business move. Okay, what you're saying right now is emotion, and I need you to stop before you say something that's going to take our relationship 2 steps back. Hush. And I'd be like, and then you have the Theos that come in and say you're a great mother, and I say, no, thank you. Okay, That's what happened.
He said something. I thought maybe y'all she hadn't said that she was finna get him, and he was like, "But you're a great mom." She's like, "Yeah, thank you." Like it was like she did something.
So because when he's emotional intelligent, he has a IQ level. I mean, he has an EQ level where he's able to look at you when he knows when you're there. He knows how to de-escalate. A woman that cannot sense the de-escalation will feel it as will take it as an attack, belittling, condescending, right? And then she goes higher. For me, if an emotional intelligent man, he has the ability to diffuse. But I also feel like, and me and Coach Theo had this conversation in the inbox. An emotional intelligent man, emotional intelligent people can also, if not careful, be manipulative.
Agreed, because they know how to pull the string.
They know how to pull
and how much of the string to pull.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That's good.
And so I think that is. Listen, I could just see this. This one right here. I gotta get my friend. I gotta go get her, and I gotta talk reason to her. Now you go home and you listen to what that man got to say. But let me tell you something. The good thing about it though, that I feel is that the good thing about women and having like women in your circle that can say, okay, now Terry, now did that man really say something wrong, or are you just tripping? And then you be like,
I'm tripping.
And you know what
I'm tripping. I'm tripping. You see what I'm saying?
I'm finna go back home.
I'm finna go back home. You understand? So,
that's me.
Yeah.
So I'm good. I think it's good to have women in your space that can call you to the carpet. Because we do overreact with men a lot because they're super logical, and we got some logicality to us as well. Some.
It's us.
There is slim. Slim. There is slim. Some. Three chips in one hand. Some.
So I mean,
yeah.
I agree with that.
It just is what it is.
But I would love for the man that God will send me to, right? That he will have some type of emotional intelligence, but so much grace and love that he's able to extend to me as I walk, as we walk the journey together, because I'm not going to always get it right, but that he will have enough patience that he'll say, okay, this is a bad day, or this is a bad moment, not a bad day or a bad week. Be able to decipher the difference.
That's good. Yeah, that could tell, but you know what that requires? A man that is being led by the Lord.
Amen.
Okay.
Oh, that's why that's why that is on my list, because again, at first it was Christian, right?
Christians, everybody Christian. Everybody Christian.
Everybody Christian.
Everybody Christian, honey.
Everybody Christian.
Everybody Christian.
Everybody Christian. He has to love the Lord, have
honor
a relationship
with him,
he has to, because that's the only way he's going to be able to do this with me. I assure you, that is the only way he's going to be able to do this with me. After being bathed in prayer and you spending time with God, he has to be able to walk out life with me. If it's going to be me, he has to.
Let me tell you something. I'm with her. Because I'm going to have that man thinking he can go get the moon and bring it back. And he got to be able to say, hey. You doing a
You've been on the mountain all week. I need you to come.
He going to have to know. Because I'm be like, yeah, babe, you go get that. We can go do this. He going to say, hey, listen. I know I just put the out there.
Yeah.
Okay, I just put it out there.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to let the Lord order our steps. I don't want it to ever. So he got to be that man. Yeah.
Yes.
He got to be that man. Is that me?
What's happening?
It's something staticky. Yeah, that's me. Staticky. Sorry, y'all, if y'all hear static. I'm gonna put my badge. My badge. I'm gonna put it right there. That was me. Sorry about the static and the noise in the background.
Oh, somebody just said something. Is that new
that's
or is that
probably
old?
Theo. No, that's Toya. Him having patience will require you to be honest about how you are emotionally we can be very dishonest about how emotional we are. True, a lot of women do that. Are not honest with how they feel. A man asks you how you doing, I'm fine. You know you're not fine. You ask me how I feel, you gonna know. This is how I feel. I'm feeling this in this moment. It may not be true. It may not be right. It may not be reality. But in this moment, I'm feeling this. I feel you disrespect me when I asked you to take me to Wendy's. And that Wendy's was right there. You took 3 X's up and took me to the See? Emotional. But that's women. That's how we do. So if you women think that you can handle an emotional, intelligent man,
yeah, drop it down.
Put that in the chat.
Please. Please. Please.
Put that in the chat, please. Because we want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want to know.
I want to know.
Are you emotionally intelligent? And can you handle an emotionally intelligent man? Now, we're going to slide off into that because while we're talking about these men, we got to talk about these women. And there has been something circulating on social media that we want to discuss. And here we are. It's this list. Well, y'all don't want these men to take y'all.
Y'all raggedy dates.
Women say that these are the top 5 worst dates that a man could take her to. Okay?
Y'all ungrateful women.
Okay? Cheesecake Factory, Applebee's, Chili's, Chipotle, Olive Garden. Chipotle.
Y'all, listen, women, y'all aggravating. If I was a man, baby, y'all'll be toast.
But I know butter.
Baby, y'all'll be toast.
The younger me would have a problem with this list as well.
Nose up in the air, honey.
Yeah,
The younger me.
I agree.
The older me wants to know how you steward your money.
Yeah, tell me to get some food.
Yes. Do you
So
have it?
if at the gate, now unless you see the value, you know, you see me say, man, I can't take this lady anywhere, and it is your desire to take me to a fancy restaurant, go ahead, do what you do. But I'm gonna tell you what is optimal for me. Steward your money well, because I may not like you after the first date.
Mm-hmm.
And you done spent $200 on just my food, you gonna be upset.
On just my food, because I'm gonna eat my food. Because when I go eat, if you take me out, I'm going to order.
She order everything
Like it's mine. Because when I order my own food, I order my food, right? I'm not one of those women that's like, oh, you want this from a man, but you can't even go take yourself to a 5-star restaurant. No, I take myself there. I take myself there often, okay? So neither here nor there. The point that I'm making is steward your money well, man of God. Take me to get some ice cream. I don't want to be wooed or swayed in any way. I want to listen to what you have to say. I don't want to be distracted by all this nice, this ambiance, this nice food. Oh, he spent the bill is $300. He spent. I don't want any of that. You take me to get some ice cream, and we need to talk.
Take me to get some ice cream.
I need to know what your values are, what your plans are. Do you want to be married again? Do you want children? I don't want children. We may not align. I don't want any more children. I would embrace your children, but I don't want. I'm not birthing anymore. It is my desire. I don't know what God. I'm gonna say this. My desire is not to birth any more children. Okay. So we need to have a conversation about some things. We need to know if our path align. And when we get up, if maybe you came into my life because there is a business that you have or a skill that you have that the Lord wants us to connect to use that skill for, I have something that you need. Men and women ain't all relationships not supposed to be boyfriend, girlfriend, intimate relationships.
Yes.
So take me somewhere where I am not blind. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. Take me to the ice cream shop and let's talk. What gifts do you have? Do you know your purpose in this earth? What you got going, what you're doing, how your relationship is with your kid's mother. How is this? How your heart feel? Where you at in this season? Are you healed from this? And for some, they're going to say, oh, that's too deep on the first date. It's not, because, baby, if you do it right, the men will open up on the first date.
They sure will.
Tell you all their business. I know, because it happens all the time. I ask one question, and they say, I don't even know why I'm saying all this to you. It don't matter. Keep talking.
Yeah.
Keep talking. Okay, when the man started talking about, oh, I don't talk to my dad, I do it all by myself. I don't need my dad. See, I don't need that because I'm healed from my daddy trauma.
Yeah.
With his inconsistent self and still love him. When he called, I say, hey, daddy, how you feeling? Okay, but I can't be with you if you hanging on to that because I'm crossed that bridge. You understand? Yeah. So what you doing to get across that bridge? Or are you that type of man? Well, I ain't never gonna talk to my daddy. He never did enough for me. He ain't my daddy. I ain't got no daddy. Well, who your daddy? I hope it's Christ.
It better be.
So I don't know. This list is foolery. I don't need none of that.
I agree.
Save your money. Show me how you steward your money. Steward your money well. Okay? Because most men dating me, you dating other women too. Steward your money well. Right. And let's talk. Honey, I got questions. That need answers.
Let's talk. I went on a first date to Cold Stone ice cream shop. It was a first date. And this particular first date was with someone that I have known since I was a kid. And he had been asking me out for years. I'm talking about a school age kid, up into adulthood, up until, recent. He was like, hey, let's go somewhere. And I didn't even feel like really going and having to put on no clothes or anything like that. And so when he said Cold Stone, I was like, bet, I could do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get me a waffle cone.
What?
I'm going to get
what? I was like,
I'm having a mix. I think
I could do that
this time. Mm-hmm.
So I didn't put on no makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like I just regular. And I was cute. Mm-hmm. But I went regular because the point of the matter is, yes, you've been trying to take me out on a date, but is this worth it? Is it worth it?
You gonna like me after?
So let's see.
Like, yeah.
So let's see.
Don't whine and dine me, honey. Not initially. Now once we get to know each other, and I feel that you safe, I'm safe, we both see each other safe, or we have assessed that maybe we want to move to the next level, or we have assessed that, hey, listen, your gift is something that I need. Thomas, for instance, I met a guy online. One of my best friends now. Took me and Chantel down to Orlando, had a good time, paid for the room, paid for our food, gave Chantel gas and everything.
He did. It was great.
Me and Thomas had a conversation, and Thomas was talking about some things happening in his life, and immediately the Lord said, that is your friend. And the skill that he has in real estate is going to take you to the next level. Thomas has been mentoring me. Thomas has given me financial tips that has helped scale my business, my life, my finances. Is setting me up. And this man is a multi-millionaire.
Yeah. Very unassuming.
Now, very unassuming. I could have got attached to that and say, oh, he got money, I'm finna be in it. But that was not it. The Lord said there is something this man have, and you're going to benefit from it. And recently he called me. He said, I'm so proud of you. I see your videos. I see what you're doing working. Now I got another task for you. He said what needed to be done. He gave me the steps to do it, sent me some information, and went on by his way. All I'm saying is you got to be able to be discerning enough to know that all relationships, every male encounter is not a man that wants you. It's not a person you should be with. Right. It's not somebody who, you should be intimate with. There's a place for that because God used men and women.
He does.
Yes, he does.
To bless you. It's not just God used other women to bless other women. So you can't have that mindset.
You can't have that mindset. And as it pertains to this list, if a man can't take you to these places and he takes you to the other places, have you taken yourself to those places, right? Can your budget afford the restaurants that you would like to go to, right? Can your budget afford it when you go to, I don't know, and I wouldn't even say, what's the restaurant people talk about downtown at the DoubleTree?
Ruth Chris.
Ruth Chris. Lunch. That's lunch.
That's lunch, baby.
That's lunch.
Lunch meat. That's a thing. Me and my cousin went there last year for Thanksgiving. That was Thanksgiving dinner.
That's lunch. When we're talking about a real 5-star restaurant, we're talking about the H. We're talking about what is it? Eddie V's. We're talking about Garden Grace.
Garden Grace.
So can you take yourself to these? So ladies, what I'm trying to say is let's just make the expectations realistic, okay? Because y'all starting to get on my nerves, and I'm a woman. Y'all getting on my nerves, because I eat at the Cheesecake Factory. Not
I'm
often,
gonna bust it down.
but I eat there. Applebee's, what is it? The two for
I can't
one.
go to Applebee's no more. My stomach don't.
Yeah, I can't.
I
can't do
Now you can. I'm gonna get a salad. Now take me there. We can have good company. Get a salad. I can't.
Right?
My stomach don't
Yeah,
digest that
Chili's
good.
and Applebee's.
I'm gonna eat me some Chili's.
I'ma get them chicken
Okay,
tenders.
I'm gonna get me an egg roll. I'm gonna eat me some.
Ooh.
I'm gonna eat me some Chili's.
Well,
Okay,
That Chipotle. I'm gonna bust it down.
It's
But
lunch.
I need
I can eat there.
brown rice, black beans. Give me chicken. Put me a little pork on
I
there too.
am
Put me the
telling
corn.
you.
I'm gonna eat good.
I'm going to eat good.
Go ahead.
I know y'all saying ice cream, but I'm lactose intolerant, so I
I
can't
am
go eat
too.
ice cream.
But by the time they got home to our home, so it didn't matter. I was home.
We can't eat ice cream on the date. We can do that at the house, but we can't eat.
Take me to
Get you some
Cheesecake
Froyo.
Factory is actually my favorite
Get you some
restaurant.
Froyo.
And I've actually been to a lot of restaurants outside of Florida, wherever,
Yeah.
fancy restaurants, 5-star, whatever y'all saying. Maybe not what y'all saying, but I've been to them. And I'm going to say this. When I'm talking with someone, it's not about the list. I actually like to go where the man feels he wants to take me. Because
y'all
I can
like that
take
too.
myself wherever I want to take myself. And if I can't take myself to Benihana's or whoever, if that's where I want to go, most of the men that I date men that want to see me with that experience. You know, so it's
But
not
most
about me
men
being
do.
a
But
gold
you won't
digger.
say no to him if he can't. That's the
Well,
point.
So yeah, that's the point we're
If-
making. So these women are saying,
If he
if you
can't
take me
take
to any of
me,
them 5, the answer is no.
well, if he can't take me anywhere but these places, we might need to work on our finances a little bit more. Because what's
But
gonna
one of
happen?
them, but some men are good. Okay, let's take this approach.
Uh-huh.
You're saying work on your finances. What if that's what he's doing because he's storing his money?
So he's taking
What
you
if he
here
said, I'm
because he
a
is working
store
on
my
his-
money, so, and I don't know if he said, I don't know if I'm gonna like you, so instead of me taking you to get ice cream, which to him may be below him, he said, well, I'm gonna take her to the next level up because this is what I want to spend. I don't want to spend no more than $60 on her. I can, but I don't want to. So if he takes you here, does that disqualify him?
No, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I've
Sure,
never
please.
experienced like a man saying, "Hey, I want to take you here," because most men, when they meet me, they be like, "Yeah, this is my wife. I'm taking you to meet my mama." I've never experienced like a true relationship where the man is not telling his mama, "This is my wife," and so he comes in, take care of my kids. He comes in doing everything because he sees me as the full picture. We've talked on the phone for a little while, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the one right here." So when I'm telling
you
him
can't
things
relate
that
to
I
this.
like, I can't. I know I can't relate to the part of choosing one of these and saying, "Hey," because like I said, when we're sharing, it's just like if I'm talking to my girlfriend on the phone. When a person likes you, you know, because I don't know how much time y'all have to talk on the phone, but I like to talk on the phone before I even get to know somebody. If you're busy or not busy, let's just talk on the phone until I can just feel the energy to see if I even want you to take me on a date. And if we get to that point, by the time we even go on a date, we are already pretty much locked in, if that makes any sense. So he ready to make all the dreams come true. And the thing about me is I don't want to go where you taking everybody else. So if you want to take me to RH because you took Susie to RH and Rochelle to RH, get me a tent. Let's go to the park.
But
And
okay, so that makes
so
sense.
this might not be even the list. You might not even have to take me. No, you might not even have to spend no money.
So here is the thing. That's
I like the park.
I can see that. But when you put yourself, so what you're saying makes sense. Little contradicting though, because if you're saying wherever the man takes me, that was a statement you made.
Right.
Okay. If the man decides, we're not talking about your experience. Let's go hypothetical.
Okay.
He decides. Let's take Cheesecake Factory off the list because that's your favorite. He takes you to any one of those. Does that disqualify him? Is that considered a bad date if
No.
the vibe was good?
No, it's not a bad date.
That's what these women are saying.
But I don't like Applebee's. I don't like Chili's. Chipotle is not somewhere I want to be for more than 2 minutes to get my food and go because it's just too many people in the line for me. It's like a line, like you're sitting down and you see a line. I mean, it's not to me, I at least want to be in an intimate setting. At least.
So that's a standard that you have. So a lot of ladies feel the same way. But
it doesn't have to be a lot of money though.
But
Because
correct.
an intimate setting,
So I think
BJ's could be intimate if it's dark outside
So
and the lights down.
it was actually 20, and BJ's was on the list.
Yeah, you can take me to BJ's.
The top 20.
I'll get me some
gone to
hamburger
BJ's.
and French fries. Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
I'm gonna eat my food.
I don't want you to spend. I'm gonna be clear about this. Don't spend no money on me.
I'm gonna eat my food.
I don't want no distractions.
Eat my food.
I want to talk to you. Being very clear about that. I want to have a conversation, and I don't want no conversation with people walking up to the table. I'll say, "You like some more water? Would you like that? None of that. I want to talk to you, and I'm a face-to-face person. I need to see your body language because all that is communication.
Yeah.
I need to see if you can make eye contact, if you standing on business and mean what you say when you say it and how you say it. Mm-hmm. So I have there are those, and I think that's a good approach too for the ladies. That's like, hey, before you even take me out, we need to talk on the phone before I even see if I want to waste my time. I'm gonna spend my time in the comfort of my home on the phone.
That's right.
Before I spend my time outside of my home with you. So I like that approach.
Indeed.
And then there are us. We say, hey, take me to the ice cream shop. Very good, and have me home in time though, because the way my stomach's set up.
Mm-hmm. It was about we were there for probably about 2 hours, and for me it was so cute because he was injured at the time, and so he had to go out of his way to even go on this date
with you
because he had crutches.
Sure did.
That's cute. So he had to go out of his way, and so when we got there and we got the ice cream and when we sat inside, of course it was about, I want to say it was about 2 hours. But I enjoyed his company. I enjoyed talking to him, and even though I've known him for such a long time, I learned a lot about him
in that moment.
Mm-hmm. Right, because Cold Stone people are coming, they're coming in, and we're the only ones that are sitting. People are coming in and they're leaving out, so there were no distractions. Mm-hmm. And the people at the ice cream bar wasn't coming over to say, hey, you need some more ice cream, or you want some water, you want some. Once we got out of that line and we sat down, we were uninterrupted, and that was what I needed. So again, these places right here, I'm not offended and I'm not bothered, because if I want to go to a nice restaurant, I'll go to a nice restaurant. So women, y'all gotta relax, or y'all gonna forever be single.
And I'm gonna tell you something too. One thing I learned is I have never told the man where I want to go eat.
Agreed.
Typically, when a man is intentional and he plans a date with me, when I get in the car, I don't make no recommendation. I just go. Mm-hmm. And when we get there, if it's an Olive Garden, hey, that's what your money could afford. I'm gonna get me that Zuppa Discata soup. What is it called? Zuppa Discata soup with me some soup and salad, and he finna see me slurp my salad and my bread and everything together. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? And after that, okay, if the conversation good, the vibe good, and we go somewhere else, he take me somewhere else, something like that, I'm gonna say, well, listen, I know you take it, we're going here. Have you tried this place?
Have you considered?
Have you tried?
Yeah.
I heard it was really good. Oh, and then I'm going to be suggestive. I'm never going to tell you where I want to go.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be subjective, because if truth be told, we could have got hung up on Thomas, because when we got there, the hotel was nice, but they took us to like a little bowling alley bar place.
They did.
And we had a good time.
Yeah, ate the wings.
And
pizza. We had pizza.
We had pizza and wings.
Pizza and wings.
And we could have got hung up on that. And now this is somebody in both me and Shantae. When Shantae had a situation happen, what did he say? If she need anything, let me know.
Yes, he did.
Again, ladies, you cannot get caught up into that. You will miss moments to connect with people. Every man does not want to date you.
Right.
That's right.
Y'all have to understand it. And every man ain't for you to date.
Right.
Yeah. So go to the place. Go to the place with the intention
Open your mind.
To learn, to see if this is a good fit, to see what skills they have. Okay, that both of you all may work together. Maybe you're doing a podcast and he's a cameraman and he can help y'all with the camera. Okay, and you can say, hey, listen, I need you in this capacity. As you get to know him, maybe it may progress into that. But right now, that's his place in your life. Like, I don't know, but I think y'all should throw this away.
Agreed.
Okay,
Agreed.
Again, Applebee's, my stomach don't digest well with them, but baby, they got a dessert at Applebee's. Ooh. He'll be like, oh, you eating dessert first? It's what I'm eating today. I'm gonna bust it down.
That's it.
You understand? I'm gonna make it work.
That's Chili's. I was gonna say Chili's got the baby back ribs.
That's what I'm saying. Ladies, you have got to open your mind, because here's another thing that I think women do not think about. This could be a test. To see what kind of woman you are. And if all your expectation is for this man to spend his money and his resources on you,
so he gonna make you sign a prenup.
It's not gonna work in the long run. So sometimes you just need to get in the car and hush. And go. And that's what I do. Because again, this could just be him trying to figure out. You could say you this kind of woman, but this gonna show him what kind of woman you really are. I was dating this guy. He was Nigerian, and he had 2 cars. He had always showed up to, when we would go out, and he would come to my house or I would go to his. I only knew about the 1 car. One day we went to go to eat. We went to Wasabi. We went to go eat, and he picked me up in this. The car. It was so beat up, y'all. It was so beat up. Even the window. Yeah.
That's how Adam car was.
And so I opened the door. I saw it was him, and I jumped in. And we drove down the road, and y'all, the man, he stopped at the stop sign, and he said,
"You ain't gonna say nothing about this car?
You ain't gonna say nothing about this car?" I said, "No." I said, "Is it gonna break down?"
That's all I need to know.
That's all I need to know.
Is it gonna break down? And he said no. I said, "Well, let's go." And he said to me, he said, "Every woman that I have ever let in this car has had a problem and asked me, was my other car in the shop?"
They want to know. Excuse me. Something wrong with the other car.
I just want to make sure that when you get on the expressway or we get into a main intersection,
the brakes work and this car not gonna break down.
That it's not gonna break down. But my concern was not this. It was not his car. Because what I have learned is, okay, let me help you. I have come across men with money.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they drive Honda Accords. Okay, they drive Nissans. They elevate your mind.
And they eat at Chipotle.
You have to raise your mind. Like she said, when we met Thomas brought one of his friends who was also a millionaire.
And unassuming,
y'all, some jeans and a shirt.
And he was driving a Hyundai Genesis. The car, old car too, y'all. Unassuming,
very unassuming. So women, you're hurting yourselves. Okay. My dad has 3 cars, but the one that he drives to my house the most is that red pickup truck.
And he got a Mercedes and a Bentley.
He gonna drive that red pickup truck. So if a woman see my dad all the time in that red pickup truck, he ain't got no money, right? Well, he ain't on the market anyway, so let me clear that up. But he ain't got no money because he got that red pickup truck. But what you don't see is at his home, right? There are 2 other cars parked in the garage because the red truck is his work truck. You have to elevate your mind, ladies.
You got to.
That's all I got.
And one thing I learned about men that do have money, y'all, they don't eat at fancy restaurants all the
time.
Baby,
my daddy be at McDonald's.
They do not.
Peter King.
They do not sit down and have a steak every night. That's not what's happening. Most of them, if they do have that, they have a very disciplined life, and most of them they have meal preps. So they're not even eating out because they understand, hey, that $300 I spend a month can go towards buying some stock in Tesla. Okay, so they have a meal prep system that's in their refrigerator. So when you go to their home, because they work out, they stay in shape, they have meal preps. They don't even eat out like that. But you would know, again, you have to be in environments with people that thrive. Because anywhere that any way that they can save money and conserve, that's what they do. So people that have it don't eat out like that, like what you thinking. So we just want to talk to y'all about those topics. Thank y'all for hanging in with us. Stephanie said they got to relax.
You have to relax.
Stephanie said y'all got to relax. She said for y'all too. She said y'all got to relax. And that was her statement. Now, guys, thank y'all so much. Those are 3 topics. Hope y'all like it. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, and we're going to jump into the question of the day real quick. Here we go.
What are the warning signs of a unhealthy and a healthy relationship? You go first. What you got?
Well, the unhealthy relationship is obviously if a person is being manipulative, love bombing, cursing you out, calling you out your name, disrespectful to their family members. And the telltale sign is when they're always coming to you about somebody else. That's the telltale one right there. Because when they're always coming to you about somebody else, best to believe you're going to be the victim next. You're going to be the victim next. So that is one. And then there's another one, and I would say unhealthy. I would say not having a good relationship with money. That one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's so loaded, y'all. That's so loaded when you say not having a good relationship with money. That's really so loaded. Yeah. That's very loaded. Because a good relationship with money is how you see money.
Yeah.
Not just how, do you see money as an asset? Do you see it as liquid, fluid? Do you see it as something you got to hold on to? Do you value it so much? So like it's so many different avenues with money, but that's so good. Your relationship with money. Think about what a relationship is, and then put money in place of that. That is your relationship with money. That's good.
And then you want me to talk about the healthy?
Yeah, the healthy. What are the signs of a healthy relationship?
The signs of a healthy relationship is when someone is not always agreeing with you on what you would have them, what you would tell them. Yeah, they're giving you sound advice. And when you begin to tell them different things that may sometimes come up a bit negative, because we all have both aspects in us. We all have negative and positive sides in us. And when you have someone that's in your life that's healthy, they're going to automatically basically stop what you're saying or stop I don't know, it's just something about a person that just makes you feel like what you're saying is
like they belittle what you're saying?
No, like it's irrelevant.
Okay.
And they redirect the conversation. You know it's healthy when the conversation is redirected. Gaslighting is very unhealthy. Mm-hmm. The redirection, if you can find you someone, male or female, whatever it is, find you someone that can redirect the conversation. Because you need someone that kind of give you that balance. When you're kind of going left and they pull you back to the right, or you guys come in the middle together, because a lot of times we're so used to negative people and so used to negative things. When we're talking to a healthy person, we don't understand that it's not something that they want to hear. And when you have, like I said, that goes back to agreeing with what someone says. When you have someone that's healthy, they're not going to want to engage in the things that you probably were into in your prior toxic relationships. Also, another unhealthy sign is when you have someone that is dishonest, which that's a no-brainer, but this is a one that can be loaded as well, because what is dishonesty? That can
what is that? Because if I don't tell you,
am I being dishonest? Withholding information withholding information is being dishonest. That's another telltale is that's really unhealthy is when they cling to the people in their family, like their mother or their father or their sister or their brother, because what happens is when you guys get involved, you're not going to amount to the brother, the sister, the cousins, or anyone else. So that's an unhealthy attachment. So we have to look at that as well. We have to make sure the person has a balance with their relationships.
That's good.
It is.
It was your question. What you?
Okay, so y'all listen. Okay, so what happens is I'll sit down and I'll just send her a bunch of questions all at one time. So I'll send, 5 or 6 topics of the day at one time. And so I sent this one like a month ago.
Good topic.
So now
so now the idea that I had in my mind to talk about, it is no longer there. Okay, so signs of an unhealthy relationship is someone who belittles, right? Someone that does not seek to understand, someone that
sorry, Make sure they know.
Someone that does not take what you think and or feel into consideration. Someone who is dishonest, of course. You said so many, so I got to try to say something you didn't say. Unhealthy. Man. Someone who is unwilling is unhealthy. That's what I'll say about that. And you can just say unwilling to communicate, unwilling to understand, unwilling to bend, unwilling to, yeah. So we'll say that. Sign of a healthy relationship, understanding, patience, love, the word.
Mm-hmm. The word. That's good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, that is healthy. Now, I do want to say all relationships will have both. There will be moments where someone is unhealthy or something is unhealthy. But if the goal is for the relationship to be healthy, some of that unhealthiness will be needed to help build. Right? It'll help build. It'll help build the trust.
The unhealthy moment creates like healthy conflict resolution or something like that. Okay.
That's good.
So again, I'll say healthy relationships. You want to think back on the word. Whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things are just. You want those kinds of things. So that's what I'll call healthy. Y'all gonna have to just deal with me, okay? Because I'm in my word. I've spent time with the Lord, so that's all I got.
Amen. They messed up when y'all messed up. Let me tell y'all messed up when y'all let me get in my word. You should have got me before I got that chronological Bible. You should have got me before the year. Yeah. An unhealthy relationship is in a relationship that is misplaced in your life.
That's good.
Period. If that is not the place that relationship is supposed to be, it's gonna be unhealthy. Likewise, the opposite. A healthy relationship are relationships that are appropriately placed in your life. So simple as that. Place the relationships right, and that comes with discernment. How do you get discernment? You spend time with the Lord. How do you spend time with the Lord? You read your word. How do you read your word if you don't understand the King James Bible? There are multiple translations you can get. Yeah. There's one called the Good News. How do you pray? The Lord said we know not how to pray, but you ask the Lord what you should pray for. Our Father which art in heaven. Okay, He gives you a prayer to pray. You pray that until He gives you something else to pray.
That's right.
How do I worship? You lift your hands and tell the Lord thank you. You lay on your face. You sit in the dark if you want to. It don't matter. There is no requirement for how you do it. And in those moments, God will sharpen your discernment, and He will begin to expose to you how to place people in your life. But you approach every relationship unassuming, open-minded, asking God, where do they go?
I also wanted to add to unhealthy relationship is when both of you guys are Christians, because I'm a Christian, so I can only talk about that religion. But if both of you all are Christians or
we don't talk about the universe,
the same walk with God, and he's or she's not willing to walk with you, that's an indicator that it's unhealthy, because you guys are not even going the same path in a direction. And what tends to happen is if you do try to decide to go that path with that person and they're not aligned with you, then you're already at a space of dealing with someone that's unhealthy for your life, because it's going to be a detriment to who you're supposed to be in Christ.
That's good. Man, that's so good. So that's what we got, That's what we got. What you think of hell? Y'all, some of y'all here, some of y'all done tapped out. That's fine. Y'all will continue watching at a later time. But we're gonna jump right into favorite things. Uh-oh. What's that?
All right, so this is my picture. So I started off when we started the show. I told you all I went on a retreat, and this is the sunrise.
Ooh.
This is the sunrise that Sunday morning. And so the retreat was no electronics, so no phones, no TVs. But for this, the instructor did allow us to bring our phone so that we could record the sunrise. And so this was before we crossed over the dock. I'm gonna tell you something really good God did for me. Before we crossed over the dock, we were talking about sunrises, and the most beautiful sunrise I had seen was in 2012 when we were in Miami.
Oh,
that was the most beautiful sunrise I had ever seen.
Oh.
And so I said, God, let me see an even better sunrise.
Oh, wow.
And I came across the dock,
and there it was. My Lord.
Right? And do y'all see the name on top of there?
What did I say?
It says Center Street.
Center yourself.
So it was really good. It was really good. So when I saw that, I took the picture. It does say Center Street. And so when I took the picture and I looked at it, I said, God, you did that thing just for me.
My Lord.
That's great. So that's what that was.
Okay.
Yeah, the party over here. Yeah, the party over. We started. That's why nobody the party over us. Okay, what's this?
Ooh.
Cheesecake.
Oh, good. I'm gonna get a piece of cheesecake.
My favorite dessert.
Amen.
Listen.
Your favorite dessert.
Roger that.
This dessert has really gotten me through pregnancies with an S. It has gotten me through pain and sorrow with Jesus.
So what you're
in
saying
addition
is that's
to
manna.
cheesecake.
It's manna. That's what you're saying. It was your manna.
From heaven, you understand?
Okay.
From heaven.
When I'm feeling a little heavy and I've prayed and I've spent time with God and all of the great things, naturally the cheesecake is an addition to
the Holy Ghost.
The Holy Ghost.
My Lord.
So yes, this is what
cheesecake.
gets me through. Happy, sad, mad, glad.
All of it.
I don't even care what emotion I'm in
Give me
at that
some
time.
cheesecake.
Just give me some cheesecake. I can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. I don't even have to
I'm here
eat
for
all
it.
day. If I just eat cheesecake, that's all I need is a cheesecake. I
like
may
that
throw
was
away my
spaghetti.
list and just eat the cheesecake. I'm being honest, y'all, I love
Cheesecake.
If he took this off earth, I just don't know.
You don't know what you're fall out.
I don't know what I would
do.
I would have to
You have
ask
to
him
petition
to let's get some more cheesecake going.
Let's talk about this. What are you trying to do? Like what is your motive?
What's
here?
your purpose?
Yeah. What
So
are you?
yeah, guys, that's me. Cheesecake.
That's good.
What are you trying to say here?
Dessert.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it.
All right, guys. So this is really a promotion. This is really for promotional purposes. This young lady on the screen, her name is Dr. Haley G. I'm gonna call her G because I've never been able to pronounce her last name when we were in pharmacy school. That is her LinkedIn. I want you guys to do me a favor, and I want you to go and follow her. So I am in a season of favor. All right. I am asking God for favor in many things. There are some things I want, I need that financially I cannot afford because they're big dreams. But there are some things that's being released. His hand is open to me in this season, right? I've planted enough seeds. God has given that to me. And they're going to come either by way of it being free or extremely discounted. I will not tell you how this came about, but what I will say is I've been trying to redo my LinkedIn, my resume, and my cover letter now for about 3 years, and I've went through 4 or 5 different formats, y'all, and it's ancient, right? Someone shared with me that this young lady is a career developer. She also has a nonprofit organization where she does career development. I reached out to her because we were in pharmacy school together, and this young lady hooked me up. My resume, I mean, the word she used in the resume, spearheaded, dominated. I don't even have it in front, but she was using action words.
That's right.
I didn't even think to use myself. And what she said, she used words that described me when she thought about me. So you'll never know who's watching you.
that.
You understand? And she took my resume. I sent her multiple ones because each of my resumes have different information on them based on the position that I'm applying for. And she combined it into one comprehensive resume, y'all, that could literally be used across different job postings.
Nice.
So what I am saying to you, if you are aspiring to build your career, if you are aspiring to get your LinkedIn up to par, update your resume, and get back out in the job market, listen, I don't care if you're in a role that pays you well. You should always be posting for positions so that you can always be working on your interview skills. Okay, you can always extending your network. A part of you interviewing does that. You become familiar with recruiters. Recruiters, they know who you are. They'll refer you to other recruiters because that's what they do. They get paid on recruitment, y'all. So what I'm saying is, if you're looking to do that, if you are a professional out there, even if you're not a professional, your LinkedIn may be you're in food service, all right? But there's money in food service. You understand?
Yes.
You climb up, there's money in food service. You want to do that, this is the person I'm asking you, begging you all, please contact her. She is absolutely amazing, professional, had it done for me within 24 hours, and I mean top tier. I combed through that thing trying to find all kind of typos. None.
Go ahead, Miss Haley G.
Haley is amazing. So reach out to her. She's helping the community the best way she can, and I want you to be successful as well. So that is my favorite thing, my favorite person. I love Haley. Haley G, I love you, girl. Dr. G. Fam, you know. Okay. And
I wish y'all could have seen that, but the thing was still up.
Yep. All right. And that completes the show. That's not my part though.
Oh my God. So listen, we have come to the part of the show, right, where I always give out the thank yous. So this will be no different. We want to thank you first, Terry, for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you so very much for saying yes.
You're welcome.
And everyone tell her happy belated birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday to you.
All she want to do is sing.
Happy birthday to you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday to you.
I like it.
Sorry for the body work way up.
That's a new one. Okay.
Gradually.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Gradually.
it. I like
To that top.
I like it.
So people can see your range.
Yeah.
They can hear it. Mm-hmm.
So let me distract her. So she's gonna put her handles up so you all can follow her. Okay. So thank you, Alexa. So thank you again for being here. Also, we want to thank you all for tuning in each and every Sunday that we're here. We took a 2 weeks off. There was some traveling on both of our ends. So we thank you all for jumping back on with us when we return today. Thank you very much. Sorry we didn't come on right on time. There was some, I won't even call it technical difficulties. There was something happening in the house. Okay. So we had to delay y'all so we could take care of that. Okay, so thank you all for tuning in each and every Sunday. Listen, we are a thriving podcast. You can sow your seeds with Cash App, right? $ Besties Tell All. You can give your seeds there. They go for equipment or toward equipment for the podcast as well as the red carpet events that we have. Okay, so thank you again for tuning in. You can like, subscribe, and follow us at Besties Tell All on Instagram, YouTube, as well as Facebook, and then we're on TikTok as Besties Tell All and the number 8. Okay, so you can follow us on all those streaming platforms. Last but not least, you can catch us outside on November the, I'm going to say 26th.
Or 26th.
Whatever the last Sunday is, whatever the fourth Sunday is of this month, Besties Tell All will be hosting the red carpet event at Sundown Sundays. Get your tickets at, it's been a minute.
Band MVP. That's where you go.
Go to their page. There you can find on find a flyer there.
Find the flyer and the link to buy your tickets.
You got it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So do all of those things again. We thank you so very much as we have come to the close. Do you know our mantra? Yeah. Do you know the mantra? Okay. It's okay.
Besties Tell All.
Yeah, that's it too. Now that's the name. Our besties tell it all.
Do you really want a bestie?
Do you really want a best friend? Do you really want a best friend? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's going to be on the count of 3. You ready? Mm-hmm. All right. 1, 2, 3. Do you really want a best friend? Bye.
I'm so let me tell you about my best friend.
Are you going to put it on that end?
Let me take it in. Let me say I'm going to try with you. Okay, bye.